Okay, so by now everybody's probably seen people that do those videos where they say that they're reading people's unpopular opinions, but I thought I would just do it with my own opinions because, I don't know, who cares about you guys, right? I'm gonna do this while I train, by the way, so I don't know how long this video will be. And some of these aren't very unpopular, I think. I guess it just depends on who you ask. I guess that's why it's an opinion, right? Some people agree, some people don't. I don't know. Let's just start off with the most mean one, probably. I'm not trying to be mean, but I kind of am. Flat shows. I think they're really, really silly. And I'm using silly because I don't want to be mean and I'm not trying to be mean. I don't understand. I understand from a perspective of people who maybe can't ride horses in real life and want to show and they want to experience that. But also at the same time, like, what are you getting judged on? Like, you can't judge. Like, the whole point of a flat... Okay, listen, I've never done a flat show in real life. I do dressage, okay? So whenever I think of a flat show, I think of, like, hunters or something. I don't know how hunters work. This is just coming from like a dressage ec class perspective. You're judged on like the way you look and how your horse responds to you, right? But it's star stable. What are you gonna do? Like, I probably should have looked up how this is judged before I'm over here like making an opinion about it, but I don't really care that much because it's my opinion. Fuck you guys. I guess you can judge how quickly, like after someone tells you to trot, I guess you can judge how quickly they pick up a trot. But at the same time, the game is so incredibly delayed. How are you gonna tell that? And every horse looks the same. Well, at least if you're riding the same horse, right? Every rider rides the same. What are you judging? I don't get it. But you do you. And on that same note, I mean, this one kind of isn't an opinion. This is just a random thought. Why is star stable dressage called dressage? Like, what? And this, once again, this is coming from a dressage rider. So this is why I'm so, like, snobby about this. But you're not doing dressage, okay? And somebody out there's like, oh, no, because in real life they do the pas de deux and you can ride around with two people. Shut up. Nobody does that. And, like, I'm not making fun of dressage because I think it's really impressive how these people are able to like time everything. Like, that's insane. I don't know how you do that. But why was it called dressage? I guess, okay, I'm judging the very first person that decided to call it dressage. That's what I'm judging right now. Why didn't you just call it drill team when you do the dolphin fairy circle, whatever the fuck you name your movements? Really? That was really mean, but I don't regret it. On to the next one, I suppose. I think this is actually a really good unpopular one. I wish their horses were more similar. I think everybody always complains about, I hate to use the word complaining because I complain a lot too. I think everybody always says that they wish horses were more unique and different, but I want the exact opposite. I want them to be more similar. If you've ever gone to like a horse show in real life, all the horses look practically the same. Like, I'm sorry, they just do. And I like that. Like, I'm talking more so about like conformation and gaits. You know what I'm talking about? They honestly look the same unless it's some obscure breed. Like, if someone shows up on a Frisian or an Arabian, then you're like, whoa, that's a different horse. But if it's a warm blood's a warm blood. You know what I'm saying? On that same note, I wish there were more boring, I'm using air quotes, but I wish there were more boring coat colors. I love bays. I love chestnuts. Just the solid colors. I don't really need the paints. Of course, I'll buy the paints because they're pretty, but I don't need them. A solid gray, a nice light bay. I don't know. I don't feel inclined to, like, I feel like the exception could be like the magic horses, because the magic horses are supposed to be cool, you know? Okay, well, going to the point of the magic horses, I hate the magic horse coats. I'm talking about like the magic version, like their normal coat, right? I love like the natural one. It looks really pretty, like what I'm riding in right now, like this. I love these when they do them. I think they're really pretty, but I hate the magic form. I've literally never ridden in the magic form of a horse unless it was for like an outfit or something, which I don't even do that. Like, it would have been just because I was being funny and was dressing up stupid, you know what I'm saying? Like, I hate them. Which, with that being said, I'm glad they gave us the version to toggle between magic and whatever the fuck, right? Like, I'm happy that's an option, just because I don't want to see this anytime I ride into the forest or something. Oh, and like also with the horses, I saw a lot of people saying this about the Criollo, which is fair enough. Like, I don't really care. You can have your own opinion. But everybody was kind of not liking the cut tail, like how it was a flat, blunt cut tail. And I love that. That is so, oh my god, like words cannot describe how much I love that. Like, I don't know, it makes it look more full. I think once again that's coming from a dressage thing, because it looks so neat and nice and pretty. I love blunt cut tails so much. Oh my gosh. And here's another one. This one's kind of a weird opinion, I think, but let me try and explain it. I hate when people tell other people to stop complaining. Now let me elaborate on that, which I know this is ironic coming from me. Like, what do I do all day? I complain. Okay, so maybe I'm biased, okay? But I think when people say, oh my god, all you guys do is complain all day, like, which is kind of true, don't worry, I get it. From a certain perspective, I get it, because sometimes you look at something that Star Stable does, you're like, oh, that's kind of cool, and you open the comments and everybody's like, fuck you, and it's like, whoa. So I get it. But also at the same time, I think when people say, hey, stop complaining, guys, like, I'm imagining a scenario where there's a video and there's a bunch of comments under it. And I feel like a lot of the time when people voice their opinions in the comments and they're quote unquote complaining, how do I word this properly? If they're commenting under videos and they are quote unquote complaining, I don't think it's fair to tell them to stop, because those people that comment, not all of them comment all the time. That could be the first comment that they've ever made about complaining. You know what I'm saying? You open one Star Stable video and there's a bunch of people complaining, and you open another Star Stable video and there's a bunch of people complaining. But those two groups of people are different. Like, it's not the same person complaining over and over again. Unless you're me, because I complain over and over again. It's not the same person. And I think it's really unfair to tell people, hey, stop complaining. It's like, well, maybe this is like only the second time they've ever voiced their opinion about the game that they pay for. Like, they can complain. Like, you can tell the entire community as a whole to stop complaining, but that's also not good, because you should want feedback. Sure, it's really mean sometimes, and I do think it's not always helpful, and I think it's just hating to hate sometimes, but I think it's really unfair to tell those people to stop. Like, I don't know. I think that's the best way I can describe it, I guess. I don't know. I tried. Okay, on to the next one. Oh, the new characters. When they first updated them, I hated them. I absolutely hated them. I will admit that. They've grown on me. I think from this standpoint, I understand why they look better. They fit the game better. However, the proportions are horrible. Our characters compared to the rest of the game, I don't know if this will show me what I'm like trying to talk about. Like, what is this? Why are we, like, it's not even like we're just taller than them. We're just like bigger than them. And that's not me being like, oh, they're fat or something. Like, that's not what I'm saying. We're just bigger than them. You can tell. I mean, look at this. This looks weird and unnatural and awkward. I don't, like, why do we look we don't fit in? It's like everybody else. It's like we came from like a different land where we're just, I don't know, 10% larger. Like, you know what I'm saying? Oh, I hate how disorganized Star Stable is with their updates. And I think there's a lot of examples for this, but the best example that I can bring up is the UI. And I'm going to turn my shaders off for a second to demonstrate this. Whoa, flashbang. Okay. So here's the best way I can describe this. We have this window still, which is old. I'm not saying it's ugly, and I'm not saying the new one's horrible. I mean, I did say that in the past, but it's grown on me, right? It's just, why do we have two different ones? Okay, actually 3, because we have this, and for some unknown fucking reason, we have this. Why can't you just make it all one thing? They always freaking do this with their updates. They change one thing, but then they don't continue changing it. You know what I'm saying? They like change 50% of it. What are you doing? And it's the same with the Trailblazer. Like, why is this a completely different window than like the rest of the game? Enough said. Why am I trying to justify this? It's my opinion. I can have my own opinions. Fuck you guys. I don't need to justify anything to you. Oh, this one's not very unpopular, I think, but Star Stable's prices are just horrifying. Like, I don't know. It's really weird. Star Stable like pushes this game and says that it's for kids, but they're like charging it like it's a AAA game, and it's not. I think there's a lot you can do in this game, but if you're gonna be charging that much money, I think A, you need to fix all the bugs, which we'll get to that in a second, and B, why are you targeting it towards like 8-year-old kids? Like, I forget what their website says. It's like maybe 9 or 10. I don't know, something around that age though. That's what, you know, the audience for this game is. And it's like, how can you expect an 8-year-old to keep buying your $80 star coins, you know? I mean, I did somehow, God forbid. I don't know how my mom let me spend all my birthday money on that, but it worked. You made a game for kids, but you're charging prices as if they're adults that have money to throw around. And like, I mean, if you like the game, a lot of us do. You know, a lot of us adults do spend the money on it, but it's just weird, and it's unfortunate, honestly. But on that same note, people are always like, well, no one's forcing you to buy the star coins. And that's true. Nobody is forcing you to do that. But you cannot deny that a huge portion of this game, like the things to do, the races to do, you know, things to buy, all kind of revolves around the horses and the outfits. That's like a huge part of this game. And you can't buy horses with shillings, so sure, you're not forced to, and you can save up, but I don't know. Do I need to explain that anymore? You guys get it, right? They want you to buy the horses, which obviously, because I need to make money, but like, it's like people saying, don't buy the horses then. Well, yeah, you don't have to buy the horses, but look around. Everybody has more than one horse, you know what I'm saying? You gotta buy them somehow. And then back to the bugs and glitches. This one just, I guess it's not really much of an opinion, it just pisses me off. I've made a video about this before. Star Stable can fix like an XP glitch in like one day. Like one day after the glitch happened, it's already patched, you can't do it anymore. Cool. But the other bugs and glitches that are in the game and have been in the game for literally months, it's like, why can't you fix them? I don't understand. I don't get it. You can just take the time. I wouldn't even be mad if they took a month and didn't update anything just to fix all the stupid bugs and glitches in this game. It just pisses me off that they, like, and rightfully so, you want to fix the ones that are more game breaking right away. But why can't you take the time to fix the other ones? I don't get it. And I just realized that I've been riding around without my shaders on for a while, but it's okay. Millions of people have made opinion videos, so I figured I would do mine. As if I haven't put enough of my opinions on the internet. But, you know, I think that's really it. I guess the overall message is, I think you're allowed to have unpopular opinions and you're allowed to defend your opinions. And if you want to be mean about it, sure, you can be mean about it and defend it. Like, I don't really care. But at the end of the day, I think, at least I hope everybody else has this sentiment. But if I argue, well, I don't really argue with people. Not anymore, at least. Or if I were to argue with people over like a certain opinion, at the end of the day, I would come out of it thinking, oh, you know, I think I'm right. They think they're right. Whatever. I don't really care. I think people are sometimes, I mean, there's definitely people that are really dramatic about their opinions, but I think most of us, like, you have an opinion and you defend it. But at the end of the day, you're not like some lunatic that's like eating breakfast and thinking about how horrible Star Stable is. And you're doing your homework. Like, oh God, I hate Star Stable. Like, no, it's just, you know, I think we're all pretty, oh. No, don't look at me. I'm leaving. I thought she was just gonna keep walking by. Anyways, I don't remember what I was saying. Everybody's opinions, even if I don't agree with them, you're allowed to have them and you're allowed to defend them tooth and nail if you really want to. But I think most of us at the end of the day are like, oh, well, I think we all know that at the end of the day, it's just a game. We can get worked up about it, but, you know, the second I log off of this game and the second I stop posting videos, I'm not worked up about it anymore. I guess that's kind of it. So have a good rest of your day, I guess.